Hello, Heather. Heather, I just thought before Friday I would show you, just in case you didn't know, how to set up a Facebook business page. So you could have three separate business pages, one for each house, but that would mean somebody managing all of them or one person managing all three. So I just thought it would be easier to set up a main UKO serviced offices page, and then if and when that starts to take off, you might want to think of a separate page for each house. But all you do, you go to your profile or somebody's profile that you can manage. This is just the way Facebook wants it to be done. Then at the top, if you're using a PC, you'll see it says menu just next to your name. If you're using a Mac, it's slightly different. But you click on the menu and it says create. You can create lots of things, but it says here halfway down, create a page. And then Facebook make it really simple, really straightforward. This is how it will look on a desktop, a laptop. Click on the laptop icon, this is how it will look. So, and then it really takes you by the hand and talks you through it. So give it a page name. I'm not going to use UKO, so you could type in the UKO serviced offices or just UKO, but perhaps UKO serviced offices. Give the person reading it as much information as possible. I'm going to call this LMD offices. Little Man Design Offices. Category. Now you can have up to three categories here. The first one is the one that will be shown. Now it's to try to get something very close to what you do. Now, having had a look at this, if I type in offices, Facebook doesn't know what offices are. It just thinks you're an office supply company. So the closest you can get to it, I've checked out a few other office companies, is because it's American, is real estate. That's the closest to serviced offices that it will give you. But every main British serviced office company are using this just because it's the closest that you can get. You could put some other ones in. You could put offices again. I mean, you know your industry better than me. Whatever you could put here, it will give you some ideas that you need to pick from. And you can have up to three. If you have three, it just gives you more visibility. I'll click away from that. So we've got real estate. So I will put discover an affordable. You've got 250 characters here. Yeah, 255 characters. Discover an affordable serviced office in the heart of Wigan, in the heart of God's country. So you would obviously put a snippet, something very chatty, easygoing, and readable in 255 characters about UKO. So discover an affordable serviced office space ideal for any size of business located in Wolverhampton, Worcester and Birmingham. Get in touch today with one of our friendly team to arrange a viewing. Something like that. When you've done that, the big blue button, create a page. It takes about 10-20 seconds to create that page, and then you can start to edit it to how you like. So here we go. Go to your page to add more details. So here we go. I just click save again and it'll give me the page. Now it's asking me to connect it to WhatsApp. So as you know, Facebook owns the world now. So if you wanted to, if you had a WhatsApp business app on your phone, or somebody in your team had it on their phone, you can get this connected to your WhatsApp. So if you wanted to do this, Heather, you can click send a code. It will go off and send it to your WhatsApp if you've got it connected to Facebook. And then the button here where it says add a button, you could have people contacting you directly to WhatsApp. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the inbuilt Facebook messaging service, so everything is in one place. I do want to leave. I'm going to turn that off. So here we are, Little Man Design Offices. Now if I scroll down, it says create a username. This is what I am, a real estate. I've got home, groups, jobs, events, more. I don't want these here. They mean nothing to the business. So I'm not going to join a group. I'm not going to be offering jobs. There's not going to be any events unless you had an open day, something like that. And then you've got a lot more here. So probably reviews would be great, videos and photos. You wouldn't need the community tab, but you could do offers, special offers. But I think we need to move these around and get rid of group and jobs and events. We don't need these here. So on the left hand side it will show us what we need to do. So if we needed a shop, we can manage the shop, the newsfeed, how the newsfeed is set up, business apps, resources and tools, manage jobs, all of these things that we could use at the side. The ad center, we don't need this until we've built up some sort of organic growth, unless you want to dive straight into ads straight away. But I would recommend getting some sort of organic growth, getting people coming to your page and sharing and interacting with the content that you're going to produce before you start to make ads. You've got page quality. It'll show you if anything's been restricted or Facebook think that you've done something wrong. Notifications, we're going to set up notifications later on. I'll explain what that means. Keeps asking me to set up WhatsApp. We don't want that. I'm going to turn that off. Insights, this is really important on the insights. So when you start to run posts, say 3-4 a week, it will tell you exactly what people are doing. It will tell you the genders, where they're coming from, backgrounds, tell you how far things reached. It'll give you so much information here that you can start to tailor in a few months' time or a few weeks' time, start to tailor what ads you put out. See which ads are producing good results, which ads aren't producing any results at all. And you can start to use this data to create new ads. So if I go back here where it says LMD offices, yours would say UK offices. It keeps asking me to connect WhatsApp, which I don't want to do. I'm going to turn that off. Edit the page info. This is very important. So really what we're going to use is the last two on the left hand side, the settings and edit page info. So LMD offices, it asks me to get a username. So I'm just going to put LMD serviced offices. So nice and easy to remember. So you could just say find us on Facebook, LMD Serviced Offices, or find us on Facebook at UKO Serviced Offices. Nice and easy. So here's the categories I set up. Contact number. So I'm going to put in what isn't eligible to. Now sometimes it will do this. It will Facebook will say because you've not posted anything, it won't let you have a username. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. At the moment it's not letting me have a username, so I will leave that for a few days, put a few posts on there, and then I'll go back to having this, to trying this again, to set up an easy to remember. So people who wanted to tag you in a post or a picture could just put the @ sign LMD offices or UKO Serviced Offices and you'll be tagged in that post. So I'm going to put a phone number in. Yep, okay, I'm going to delete it then, it doesn't want me to have it. So I'm going to delete that out altogether. And I'm going to put a phone number in. So I'm going to put United Kingdom, which is there, and then whatever number you want here. So I'll put my number in here. I'm not going to put the WhatsApp on, so it doesn't keep reminding me. I'm going to turn WhatsApp off, which is here, disconnect WhatsApp. And then your email would go here, Heather, so it would be wherever it is, info@uko.co.uk. I'll just put mine in for the time being. So your email would go here. Your website, obviously, https://www.uko.co.uk. Where is your location? So you'd write the location down here of your office. It would appear here on the map. Scroll down. Serviced area, say that you supply goods and services to people in, say, a distance. Say you're a carpet or a tiler or a painter and decorator and you only wanted to travel up to 20-30 miles, you could put that in here. Then you can put your hours of being opening, so if it was selected hours, Heather, you could put all your opening times in here. So the point is to put as much information on this page as possible. Facebook have just introduced this, it's probably due to COVID. So temporary service changes, so you could just put operating as usual, or if something changed with this pandemic you could select this. Because you've got a privacy policy on the website, you wouldn't really need this here. You don't need anything about products or anything here. You don't need to put the price range in, it's not applicable. You can't change this away from the $sign. You don't want to connect any other accounts yet because we can connect Instagram very easily, but we've not got that set up yet. What I'll explain on Friday is with so many social media platforms and Google, it can just become completely overwhelming. That's why there are companies out there who only deal with Facebook and Instagram, or who only deal with Google. So to have one person to control everything just becomes overwhelming. So I always say start with one account. So in this case, we're going to start with Facebook. And then I would say after you've got a hang of this, how to post, then we'd set up a business called a creator account, a business, Instagram business account, and set these two together. So I've got all of these set here. I'm going to go down to settings on the left hand side. Now here this opens up so much more information where you can tweak and set it. So you could have age restrictions if you wanted to, a profanity filter if you didn't want anybody to swear. You can have people commenting. You can have when the page tells you who's joined. So if you have a site that's performing really well, your phone or your computer could be pinging every few minutes. You can set all this up so that you can have it displayed in exactly the way you want it to. So I want to look at messaging. So people could send you a message, and everything here is starting a conversation. This is your messenger link. You could have it to show a greeting when people join, when people send you a message. So, hi Peter Thompson, thanks for getting in touch with us on Messenger. Please send us any questions you may have. Now, I could just simply change that to hi Peter. So I could have it saying just, if it will let me. So I could have it just saying hi Peter, just the name. Thanks for getting in touch with us. I don't like it saying on Messenger, so I'll take that off. Thanks for getting in touch with us today. Please send us any questions you may have and we will reply as soon as possible. And we will reply, if I could spell, reply as soon as possible. Thanks. And then it's nice if there's a personal greeting. Thanks. So I'll say Tony, UK All Service Offices. You can do a lot more with this, so you could there it is, it's dropped at the bottom. So you could have the full name, so I'm going to put the last name of the recipient there. I've just have the first name, so that sounds a lot better. I only wants me to keep it to 160 characters, so I'm going to take that last bit out. And I'm going to click save. Now you can have a lot more than this, Heather. You can have, say you were very busy, you can have a bot set up that will answer questions on your behalf looking at keywords. So somebody could then reply to a message and the bot could automatically reply to that. But that's getting a bit beyond this video, so I'll leave that for the time being. But now we've got a welcome message set up. Page info, so we can't set a username up yet. Facebook won't let us, so we'll have to give that a week to see how it's performing. So you put description in here, categories. We need a phone number, and I thought I'd set it. There we go. All that is now set up. So on the advanced messaging, this is where you can set the bot up, Heather. You can have it where it will do so many different things. If you have a lot of messages coming in, you can have it answering messages on your behalf if you're not there. But we're going to leave that for the second. Page roles. This is where you can set this page up and then get somebody else to manage the page. So they could be an editor, or a moderator, or an admin. So they'll have the same permissions as you, and they can post, they can do everything else. So what I would suggest you do is set somebody as an editor. So you just type their email in there, they will get an invite, they'll just accept it and then they can edit the page. You don't need to bother with people on the page, you don't need to bother with the audiences yet. This is all for adverts, which is way down the line. Branded content is if you're in with other large businesses and you want to cross-brand each other. Connect to Instagram, we shall do that when Instagram is set up. Payments, we don't need to do any of this because we're not going to sell anything. Activity log and the management history will show you all the posts and what's happened all the time you make a change on the page. So I'm going to go back to LMD. I'll turn that off. Sure I had. So here we're pretty much set up. So I want to change these here. That's what I wanted to do. So I want to go to settings, tabs, and I don't want to have groups on. I don't want to have jobs on. I don't want to have events on, but I do want to have reviews on. What else could I have? Could have offers on. I could have services, all the services you offer. The shop, we don't want that. I think that's looking much better. So let's go back to the page. It does want me to have what's that, but we don't need that. So home, reviews, videos, photos. There we go. That's looking a lot better. So I'm going to move the services onto here. So I'm going to go back to settings. I'm going to back to templates and tabs. So I want at the top the services. So I'm just going to grab it, Heather, drag it to the top. So home, perhaps we could have about us at the top as well. Home, about us, reviews. Perhaps not have videos, perhaps drag that down. Leave that there and photos. Let's see how that's looking. So it's just a matter of dragging them. So about, services, reviews, and then a different tab for all the other products. So then we can start inviting friends. Automated ads, that's for a separate video altogether. Now I want to start changing these here. I want to start to add an image here and an image here. So I've already got some images for UKO. So I'm going to click on the camera. I'm going to click edit profile picture. I want to click upload a photo. So I'm just going to upload one of your let's see, it's UKO at the bottom here. I'm on the wrong way here. So I'll find your folder, UKO. I'll come down to the UKO logo, which is there. I will upload that, and that's pretty much a good fit. So I don't need to do any changes. So I can say if you want to use this, Heather, I'll send you this logo, so it will drop straight in. Click on save. Give it a description as well. UKO Serviced Office, Premier Office, Serviced Office Company in the Midlands. So that looks great. Need to do the same with this. Now this is a certain size. If you have any software that you know how to size images, Heather, let me know. If you don't, I'll show you how to get some for free. I want to click edit. I want to click upload a photo. So I made one earlier, kept it on my desktop. I called it cover, which is here. I want to open this. So I put discover the perfect office space to fit your needs. I've just picked an image from Fergate House. You could have any image in the background. You could have any text. When somebody lands on it, they get a message straight away that tells them what the company's all about. So I'm going to click Save Changes, but obviously you could have any text, any image. You could have multiple images with no text. You could just have the logo. But some text just to describe immediately when somebody lands on the page what the page is all about. And then finally, Heather, what I'm going to show you is add a button. So you've got so many options here. So Facebook really want you to succeed. The more you succeed, obviously, the more Facebook are going to succeed. So they want you to have a really good page, get some good organic growth, and then obviously start advertising, which is a different video altogether. So let's see, book now, or choose where people can book with you. No, I don't want book, that would be for a restaurant. So I'm going to click on the button. Where else could we go? Send a message. Send or learn more. So we could drop an email in here. So we could drop in www.uko.co.uk, which has all the information for all the 3 houses on. And then if I wanted to, I could see how it looked to me. So this is how it would look when somebody lands on the page. So everything is looking pretty good. So we've got everything here. This would be your email. Quick information about you. Image here. So now we've got basically a start of a business page. In a week's time I would go back and we'd get our well, it would be for me LMD offices here. It won't let us have it at the moment. And then we just click create post, and then we'd write something here, and then on Friday or in the week I'll show you sort of some posts, and the posts are all about adding value to the viewer. So it's not got to be endless posts that sell UKO, because they just won't get any traction at all. It's the same analogy as I was talking about. You're walking through Bolton Town Centre Saturday afternoon, and the charity hijacker just taps on your shoulder and says, would you like to save the barnacle, or would you like to save whatever? Your instant reaction is no, not interested. So we don't sell anything on here for about a week or so. We're just going to build up some sort of rapport with some value-led posts that add value to the lives of people who are watching it, or who are viewing it. So I'll explain more about adding posts and images, how to size them perfectly. But that is how you would build a business Facebook page. So I'm going to go back to LMD offices. What I'm going to do, Heather, I'm going to delete this page because I don't want it to just be so remove page here. But this is just a scratch of the scratch. You could do so much with it, but hopefully that will give you an idea of how to set up a Facebook page and how to populate it, how to set up the this is my little page, how to set up the messenger, and how to set up the tabs. So let me know if this makes sense, Heather.